Good morning. My name is Brent Leggs. I am the Executive Director of the African American Cultural Heritage Action Fund of the National Trust for Historic Preservation, where I'm also a Senior Vice President. I am thrilled to share great news today, that on behalf of historic Brown Chapel and in commemoration of the 60th anniversary of Bloody Sunday, we are investing $1 million towards the restoration of historic Brown Chapel to support the church moving from vacancy into restoration so that it stands as a permanent testimony to the contribution of this historic church and community in helping to create a more just and equitable society. And I am delighted to be standing here with two amazing leaders, Congresswoman Terry Sewell, who is an unmatched champion for civil rights preservation in the United States, working in the halls of Congress on behalf of Selma and this region's civil rights history. And we'll also, yes, and we will also hear from the legendary man himself, Pastor Leotis Strong. Congresswoman Terry Sewell.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Congresswoman Terry Sewell. I proudly represent Alabama's 7th Congressional District, which includes the historic cities of Birmingham and Tuscaloosa, and yes, my hometown of Selma, Alabama. Today, the eyes of the world are once again upon Selma as we commemorate the events of Bloody Sunday and the historic march from Selma to Montgomery. It is an opportunity not only to remember history, but to preserve it for future generations. Any commemoration of Bloody Sunday would not be complete without reflecting on the significance of the historic Brown Chapel A.M.E. Church. I not only get to represent my hometown, but I am a life member of the historic Brown Chapel A.M.E. Church. And Brent, to say thank you is inadequate. We are so thrilled that the Action Fund, the African American Cultural Heritage Action Fund, and the National Trust has invested in the historic Brown Chapel A.M.E. Church. I want to thank all of you for being with us today. To me, Brown Chapel is not only my home church where I grew up, but it's also a reflection of why I decided to go into public service. It was in Brown Chapel, in the basement of Brown Chapel, that I had my Girl Scout meetings with Jessie Dennis. Miss Dennis was my Girl Scout troop leader. It was also in Brown Chapel that I served in the children's choir, that I actually recited my first speech at Brown Chapel. I can't tell you how many moments, personal moments, Brown Chapel means to me, but I also know that Brown Chapel has a historic significance in American history, and we who are members of Brown Chapel are merely custodians of that American history, and we could not do it without public-private partnerships. So Brent, thank you so much for your efforts. I hope you know that we will continue to do our part to maintain the beauty and the significance of Brown Chapel. If the walls of Brown Chapel could talk, they would tell the story of the foot soldiers on Bloody Sunday who used the church as a meeting place before the Selma to Montgomery March, and who sought sanctuary after they were bludgeoned on that bridge on Bloody Sunday. If the walls of Brown Chapel could talk, it would tell the story of the Selma campaign and legendary leaders like Dr. King, Amelia Boynton Robinson, Reverend F.D. Reese, and so many others who helped to mobilize and organize Selma, and they did it in Brown Chapel. The history of Brown Chapel is sacred, and I believe that it is our duty, all of our duty, as custodians of history, to ensure that it is preserved for future generations. After all, those who do not learn from their history are doomed to repeat the past. I know that I'm not alone in this belief, And I want to thank the African American Cultural Heritage Action Fund. Brent Lex leads it so ably. It is a fund that I am honored to be a part of its board, for partnering with us to ensuring that the legacy of this cherished institution is never forgotten. I also want to thank the National Park Service. The National Park Service has been a partner with me for the years that I've been in Congress, helping us to preserve not just Brown Chapel, but so many civil rights sites throughout our district. I want to thank my other colleagues who have helped me, like Jim Clyburn. It was Jim Clyburn, who is a member of Congress from South Carolina, who helped me as a very junior member to see the wisdom of setting up different funds within the National Park Service, including one that is specifically for civil rights sites, knowing that South Carolina and Alabama would disproportionately benefit from those funds, and we have. So I want to thank Jim Clyburn as well. The work of the Action Fund would not be possible without the support of so many amazing partners and so many private citizens who, through their philanthropy, help make our work possible. It is a testament today, the money that's being received to help to restore Brown Chapel is a testament to the enduring power of public-private partnerships on behalf of the people we represent. As a representative of America's Civil Rights District, my job is not only to represent the amazing people of Alabama's 7th Congressional District today, but also to help preserve the rich heritage and legacy that is Alabama's 7th Congressional District. Together, let us keep working to not only restore Brown Chapel, but restore all of the amazing sites that have helped civil rights and voting rights, and that legacy continues. You know, in days like this, when we are in challenging time, it is the inspiration of places like Brown Chapel, the inspiration that it provides, and to remember that our foremothers and our forefathers, they were strategists and tacticians. They just didn't happen upon Selma. They just didn't happen upon Selma. So in times of conflict and challenge, I hope that we will take a page from the roadmap that was given to us by our foremothers and forefathers. And we not only remember our place in history, but we remember the importance of preserving that history for future generations. Again, I want to say I am so thrilled about today's announcement, Brent. I want to thank the Action Fund for $1 million to give us towards restoring our beautiful church. And I want to hand the microphone over to my pastor, Pastor Leotis Strong. Pastor Strong, thank you for so much for being such a towering strength for our church and this church community. We are a small but mighty church, and we are because of you. Thank you so much.
I'm leaning on you right now. You help me to stay. Oh, listen, there's a phrase in the vernacular of the black church community that y'all know is blessed and highly favored. And there's another one, the holy dance. I feel like if I didn't have a bad hip and 2 bad knees, I'd do a holy dance right now, some kind of dance. What has been done on behalf of Brown Chapel, and you really, because you're a part of that legacy that is being celebrated, and could not happen without it being championed by Congresswoman Sewell and by Mr. Brent Legs. So we are blessed. We are highly favored. There's a song in the secular world that talks about facing difficult situations, and I hope you'll dance. I hope there will be dancing, not just at Brown Chapel, throughout Selma, that you will be able to share in it. I hope you'll dance because Brown Chapel is being blessed, and because you are too, as a part of what Mr. Legs and Congresswoman Sewell have achieved on our behalf. Let's give them a great big hand.
I just want to add a special thanks to the National Park Service. You know, this $1 million that the Action Fund has provided is part of a campaign. We were able to secure $1.5 million from the National Park Service, and it had to be matched by $1.5 million for a total of $3 million that will go towards the restoration of Brown Chapel. That deserves a round of applause. And so the 1.5 million we can't access until we raise 1.5 million, and we've now got $1 million. We just need 500,000 more. And I just want to again thank you, Brent, for helping us on this campaign and to getting us here. This is truly America's history, and we at Brown Chapel, I speak not as a member of Congress, but as a parishioner from Brown Chapel. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
And lastly, I just want to say, in recognition of the National Park Service, the Lilly Endowment, which is where our funding is coming from, and then also Historic Brown Chapel A.M.E. Church Preservation Society, the foundation, where we're directing our investment, recognizing Mr. Al Perry. Let's not forget, as we celebrate, not only do we need to raise $500,000 to restore the sanctuary and return the church back to this historic space, but the larger goal is about a $15 million campaign over the next several years that will ensure the long-term sustainability of Historic Brown Chapel. We hope that you will be ambassadors on behalf of this project, spread the word, and help us to secure the resources to ensure a bright future for this historic church. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Do you know what's happening in Birmingham? Download the What's Happening Birmingham app today on Android, iPhone, and iPad for free. Get info on everything you need to know about local news, events, businesses, restaurants, and more. Visit our website, what'shappeningbham.com, or follow us on social media at HappeningBham for more information. Download the What's Happening Birmingham app today, your source for everything Birmingham.